Ray Brown's Talking Birds.
Made possible by the generous support of the Birdwatchers General Store, Orleans, Cape Cod. Birdwatchersgeneralstore.com.
By Vortex Optics with the VIP warranty. Their unlimited lifetime promise to keep you and your optic covered. Learn more at vortexoptics.com. And by Hog Island Audubon Camp. For full camp schedule, program details, and to register, visit hogisland.audubon.org.
Welcome to our show number 1058, during which we'll connect live with friend and videographer extraordinaire Shawn Carey, who is observing raptor migration at famous Hawk Mountain in eastern Pennsylvania. Plus, we'll talk to or listen to Siva Golparanayanan's audio postcard from the Slovenska Rye Forest in Slovakia. And we'll get Mike O'Connor's Let's Ask Mike Live segment from the Birdwatchers General Store on Cape Cod in Massachusetts, in which he'll enlighten us about the finch forecast. Those finches coming down from way up north. Tyler Hoar's finch forecast is out. Meanwhile, down in Texas, we've got ourselves a brand new jay. For the first time on record, there's a confirmation of a successful mating between a blue jay and a green jay that produced a striking hybrid with much of the blue jay's color, but not its crest, and the green jay's larger area of black on the face and a distinctive white spot above the eye. The bird was first spotted in 2023, and now a new University of Texas study suggests that climate change likely played a significant role in the event, as warming temperatures allowed both species to expand their range, the blue jay expanding west and the green jay expanding north, resulting in at least one mating, with a blue jay father, in this case, and green jay mother meeting up in San Antonio, where folks have taken to calling the new bird a grue jay. We have a posthumous conservation salute this week as we note the passing of the great primatologist Jane Goodall. She was certainly most famous for her work chronicling the behavior of chimpanzees in East Africa, but she was also a great conservationist. A remembrance on the Jane Goodall Institute's website described Dr. Goodall as, quote, a remarkable example of courage and conviction, working tirelessly throughout her life to raise awareness about threats to wildlife, to promote conservation, and to inspire a more harmonious, sustainable relationship between people, animals, and the natural world, end quote. Jane Goodall passed away on Wednesday, October 2nd, at the age of 91. You can hear our mystery bird there off in the distance. We're going to try to bring it in a little closer here and get a really good listen to. There it is. So, preview of our mystery bird contest coming along in just a little bit. We missed most of that, so here it is again. It's a crow-sized member of the Laridae family of skimmers, gulls, and terns. Its head and underparts are white. Its back and wings are gray with white spotted black wingtips. Its yellow bill has a black ring near the tip. This bird has earned the name fast food bird for its tendency to spend time scavenging around places like Wendy's and Mickey D's and Burger King. Preview of the Mystery Bird Contest coming along a little bit later on in the show. We'll have beautiful prizes from Birds and Beans, coffee, and fresh cut paper. So get ready for that contest in just a little bit. A salute to another Talking Birds ambassador helping us get the word out about birds and conservation. And thank you to Alita E. from Delavan, Wisconsin. She says, I love birding and do it often. I like going on quiet walks. I get in the zone and time flies when I'm birding. Beautiful, Alita. Talking Birds listeners, will you join Alita and become a Talking Birds ambassador? If you're not sure about that, maybe Joe will convince you to take action.
This is Joe Komatsis in Santa Cruz, California, which is unceded territory of the Aswaswas-speaking Yuipi tribe. I became a Talking Birds ambassador because I believe in the power of curiosity, connection, and conservation, all of which Talking Birds offers. If you're thinking about becoming a Talking Birds ambassador, I would highly encourage you to do so because as an ambassador, you're promoting education, stewardship, and bird joy.
So beautifully said. Thank you so much, Joe. To become an ambassador, it's very, very easy. Just go to the Get Involved tab at the top of the homepage at talkingbirds.com. That's the Get Involved tab at talkingbirds.com and join our ambassadors family. Still to come today, Shawn Carey will join us from way up on the North Lookout at Hawk Mountain, Pennsylvania. And Mike O'Connor will be with us for Let's Ask Mike Live, talking about that fall finch forecast. And up next, a bird rarely seen north of Mexico, except in a little slice of Arizona, is today's featured feathered friend, presented by the bigger and better BWD magazine, with each large format issue packed with beautiful photographs, illustrations, and in-depth articles ranging from backyard birds to birding abroad. Experience birds up close with BWD at bwdmagazine.com. In the closing moments of an audio postcard sent to us recently from southern Arizona's Patagonia Lake, Gordon and Lori Lamb were off to find a bird without a beard, which is appearing now as today's featured feathered friend, the northern beardless tyrannulet, a tiny grayish-olive flycatcher that displays a peaked crown, 2 buffy wing bars, a brown tail, a gray throat, a small bill, a yellowish breast, and brighter yellow belly. And why beardless? Well, because most flycatchers have bristles at the base of their bill, sometimes called a beard, which apparently provides tactile speed and orientation sensory information in flight and protection of their eyes from flying particles and debris. The northern beardless tyrannulet doesn't have those bristles. This beardlessness seems to be associated with the bird's foraging behavior, in which it tends to pursue slower, easier to catch non-flying insects instead of faster airborne prey, so it doesn't need those whiskers. It does occasionally fly out to try to grab an insect in the air, but it typically forages by hopping along branches, picking prey from leaves and twigs, more like a warbler or vireo. And its song sounds like this. Today's Talkin' Birds featured feathered friend, Camptostoma imberbe, northern beardless tyrannulet. By the way, a group of beardless tyrannulets is collectively known as a shaving. And here's another, by the way. We connected with Lori and Gordon Lamb, and yes, they did find the bird. Got some nice pictures of it as well. We'll be posting them up on our website and social media pages. Well, a couple of weeks ago, we talked with Mike O'Connor about fall hawk watching and hotspots for doing it in the U.S. and Canada. Today, we're about to be joined by intrepid hawk watcher and master photographer, videographer Shawn Carey, who is watching hawks right now at one of the hottest of hot spots, Hawk Mountain in eastern Pennsylvania. He joins us on the phone now. Good morning, Shawn.
Good morning, Ray.
It's great to have you, and I think you pointed out, Shawn, that this is, I think, our third time having you there from Hawk Mountain.
Yeah, from the North Lookout. Always nice to call you from the North Lookout. It's a great place to be this time of year.
Mm-hmm. And also the South Lookout, because you sent us this gorgeous sunrise photo from South Lookout at Hawk Mountain. But you have moved north since then. I wonder if you'd sort of set the scene for us there, Shawn, and what you might be seeing up there now.
Sure. So it is a beautiful day for people to be up here. Unfortunately, not a lot of raptors moving this weekend because the weather's just a little too warm, although still seeing a few birds. We did, unfortunately, miss the 2 golden eagles, one on Friday. We missed that one. We missed the one yesterday. I had to get down to the visitor center as I was presenting a program yesterday evening. But we did see, peregrine falcon and merlin, a nice merlin fly by this morning. We've seen plenty of bald eagles and lots of local turkey vultures and black vultures and red-tailed hawks and so on and so forth. So, yeah, it's a great place to be in the fall. And as you make your way later into October, you can certainly have an increased chance of seeing golden eagles come by, and that's a real highlight for people that come to the North Lookout.
Yeah, so that sort of points to the different migration timing of birds. I think I saw the other day that 9,000 broad-winged hawks had come over, but now pretty much no broad-winged hawks. They travel or they migrate in that limited period, I guess just a few days, mostly in the middle of September. How does this play out with some other birds? You mentioned golden eagles. How about others?
So just in terms of the broadwing, you might get a few stragglers now, but for the most part, they are gone. There's a period there in kind of mid-September when they're basically moving through, and once that big broadwing push is happened, and it's already gone now. So now as we get into October, you're going to be seeing more of the accipiters, sharp-shinned hawks and Cooper's hawks. And then a little bit later into October, as I said, you're going to see more golden eagles. You start to see ospreys moving through, some of the falcons moving through. And so it's just a little bit of a different movement in terms of what species are going to be moving through a little bit later in the year. And then there'll be a large push typically of red-tailed hawks and red-shouldered hawks coming through. And you're waiting for a front, a cold front to move through. Again, when the weather's a little too warm like this, you don't have as many birds moving through. But, if you get a cold front coming through, that's when you want to be up on the North Lookout.
By the way, that colossal number for broad-winged hawks is partly at least due to the fact that, if I have this right, virtually every broad-winged hawk migrates south in the fall. Not necessarily so for other species, right?
That is correct. Yeah, for the most part, you'd be hard-pressed to find a broad-winged hawk in most places in the Northeast, certainly past October. Definitely into November. I don't know that I've ever seen a broad-winged hawk in New England in October or November. They're all moving south, and then they're going to turn around and do the spring migration, back north sometime in late April or more into May, up into their breeding grounds, and then do it all over again.
Well, sometimes there are lots and lots of birds flying over, not necessarily at this moment where you are, Shawn, but sometimes there are so many, and people want to know, how the heck do you count them?
Well, here on the North Lookout at Hawk Mountain, and this is Hawk Mountain Sanctuary, and it's been in existence since 1934. And they protected this area because originally the gunners used to come up here and shoot the hawks, which seems a little odd these days, of course, but nonetheless, that's what happened. But they have the counters up here now. And so they have the official counters, and those folks are looking out along the Kittatinny Ridge, and they're scanning the valleys on either side, looking for the raptors as they're moving, southward. And so they'll pick these birds up. They'll call them out to the folks that are on the ridge looking and tell you where to look. They have this certain landmarks. They'll just call out to you so you know exactly where to look for them. And then as those birds are moving by, they're counting them, they're tallying them up, and then you can go on the Hawk Mountain website, and you can see the tally for each day, and you can see what birds have moved through.
Cool. Well, tell us about the funnel effect, Shawn, if you would, that makes Hawk Mountain such a hawk hotspot during migration. Yeah,
it's that ridge that I was talking about. Yep. And when you're on the North Lookout, you're looking down this ridge, and so that creates this updraft when you have the wind conditions just right. And so these birds are quite often looking for these thermals, to get a little bit of a free ride. They don't want to exert as much energy if they don't have to, and so they can get a little bit of that thermal and a little bit of the wind lift off the side of the ridge, and they'll follow that up, and then they'll glide on, and then they'll look for the next one and continue their migration south. And so you can see that as it's unfolding in front of you. You'll see the birds as they're catching those thermals or those updrafts, and then kind of sailing off, and then they'll repeat it over, and they'll just again keep working their way down the ridge, and then in some cases right over your head. Or the great thing about the North Lookout is, unlike a lot of places, is in some cases you actually get to look down on the birds and you see the top side of the bird instead of the underside of the bird, which is pretty cool.
What are you expecting or hoping to see today, Shawn, and will your amazing photography and videography skills be called on today?
So for me, Ray, whatever bird comes through, that's the bird I'm excited about. So, yeah, I don't care, which raptor we see. Like I said, we had a nice look at a merlin first thing this morning. Again, there aren't a lot of birds moving at the moment, but hopefully before we leave this afternoon, we'll get a few birds in close and get some nice looks at them.
Well, there's another bird, Shawn, that I know will not be flying over Hawk Mountain. I'm quite sure has never flown over Hawk Mountain, a group of birds called penguins. And you mentioned the talk that you gave yesterday about penguins in the Falkland Islands, and I've seen some of your video about that. Can we find out some of that? Maybe not that talk, but other more about those penguins that you videoed there in the Falkland Islands.
Yeah, people can go onto my YouTube channel, Exploring the Natural World, or they can Google that or my name. Got some videos up of the penguins from the Falkland Islands. Also have a video that I talk a little bit more extensively about the whole experience down there and the birds. And then in terms of the talk I gave here last night at Hawk Mountain has been involved in the long-term studies of striated caracaras in the Falkland Islands. And so that was part of my talk last night because of the Hawk Mountain's involvement for many years with that particular raptor species in the Falklands.
Shawn Carey with us from the North Lookout at Hawk Mountain in Kempton, Pennsylvania. What about your website, Shawn? I wanted to give a plug for your website, right, because all kinds of fabulous photos and videos there. And it's Migration Productions.
Yep, migrationproductions.com. Yep, and you can Google me. I have a blog post on the Falklands, Iceland, Tanzania, you name it. It's all there. Yeah, check it out. Absolutely. I appreciate the plug.
You're welcome. It is a wonderful, wonderful site. Shawn, thank you for that live update. Happy birding on the mountain, and watch your step up there.
Sounds good. Take care. Take care. Good talk. Cheers.
Shawn Carey here on Talking Birds. And up next, it's our Mystery Bird Contest in just 1 minute.
The flutter of a tail feather, the flash of a wing bar in mid-flight. You don't always have a lot of time to identify a bird in nature, let alone to appreciate its beauty. But with Vortex Optics, you'll have the power to bring every wild moment closer. When you choose Vortex, you're choosing to have a partner in the field as passionate about nature as you are. Whether you're spotting old friends on the backyard feeder or packing for a once-in-a-lifetime trip to add a few species to your life list, Vortex offers a full range of optics and optics accessories for every birder and every budget. And whether the birds are taking you to another state or another country, you're always covered by the Vortex VIP warranty, an unlimited lifetime promise to keep you and your optic covered. If you'd like to learn more, or if you need help choosing your next optic, give Vortex a call at 1-800-4VORTEX or visit vortexoptics.com.
Here's a little note about next week's Mystery Bird Contest and subsequent Mystery Bird Contests. And that is that if you're not hearing our show live and would like to enter our Mystery Bird Contest, go to the Listen tab. That's the Listen tab at talkingbirds.com, and you'll see how to do it. Listening live, and you'll be able to enter our Mystery Bird Contest. That live process is really easy. And that live broadcast, by the way, is on Sunday mornings from 9:30 to 10 Eastern. That there is our mystery bird. It's a crow-sized member of the Laridae family of skimmers and gulls and terns. Its head and upper parts are white. Its back and wings are gray with white spotted black wingtips. Its yellow bill has a black ring near the tip. Our bird breeds over most of Canada and the U.S. north central states and winters along the west coast and across through the eastern half of the U.S. as far north as the Great Lakes and southern New England. It's often found far from coastal areas and has earned the name fast food bird for its tendency to spend time scavenging around places like fast food restaurants. You see them in parking lots all over the place. Pretty familiar bird, and that's our mystery bird. And if you win our contest, you'll get some wonderful prizes. We're really proud of our prizes because we think they're pretty great, but also because they're provided by folks who really care about our planet. Here are today's prizes and the reasons that we're proud to have them. A big bag of our favorite coffee, Birds and Beans coffee, every cup of which supports conservation because every bean is triple certified as Smithsonian bird friendly, representing the world's highest standard for wildlife habitat preservation. And from Fresh Cut Paper, we have a certificate for 5 of their beautiful life-size pop-up floral bouquets And yes, they have bird-themed bouquets among their selections. These bouquets have a small fraction of the carbon footprint of imported flowers, and they last a really, really long time. Clues there, and the sound of our mystery bird. There it is again, apparently. And now it's up to you to call us and tell us what that bird is. We think we know, but you can kind of confirm it for us. No correct answer means a drawing determines our winner, so take a chance and give us a call. Here is the number. I'll repeat it after I say it. 781-837-4900. Again, it's 781-837-4900. Call us as soon as you can so we'll have time to do the actual thing. Thanks again for being with us. And up next here, it's Let's Ask Mike live in just 1 minute.
A gentle breeze blows across your face as you take a refreshing sip of water, appreciating the stillness of another morning fishing on the lake. The distant gurgle of a stream reminds you of days spent playing in the creek, the cool, clear water rushing between your toes. You love this time with nature, the feeling of putting everything on hold to connect with the world around you. Now, imagine it's all gone. No fish, no lake, no water. One of life's most vital resources, irreplaceably depleted. Time is running out to protect fresh water, and without our love, it can and will disappear. It's our choice. Love it or lose it. Help protect our fresh water. Visit World Wildlife Fund at wwf.org/love.
Mike O'Connor has just recently returned to Massachusetts from New Hampshire. We're going to find out what he's been seeing up there. Maybe a little different array of birds than what we just heard from Shawn Carey at Hawk Mountain, but we could be mistaken about that. Let's find out. Good morning, Mike.
Oh, good morning, Ray. It's an exciting time. This is my favorite day of the year. It's, some people like Christmas. Some people like the Academy Awards or the NFL draft. This is the day I look forward to. It's when the Finch Network, Tyler Hoar's Finch forecast comes out.
Yeah.
It's out, and it tells us that the northern finches, the birds that breed I can't say that word.
You're too excited about this. You need to calm down a little bit. I can see that.
I got to take a knee, take a breath. And that's when the birds come down from Canada. They call it the Finch forecast, but it includes other birds as well. And they talk, Tyler Hoar and his network scan the woods of Canada and see how the trees are producing. As you know, trees produce a lot of fruit. We'll call them fruit. They're nuts and berries and seeds. And the birds depend on those up there. And once in a while, the trees have a cycle where they rest and they don't produce as much food. And when that happens, a lot of the birds head south looking for more food. And this is, according to Tyler Hoar, this is going to be one of the biggest flight years in the last 5 years. What does that mean to us? Well, people who have bird watchers who walk in the woods or people who have bird feeders will likely see some different birds, especially the further north you live. You could see those, but the birds eventually start to push south, even deeper into the U.S. We're talking about crossbills, red and white-winged crossbills, evening grosbeaks, pine grosbeaks. A lot of people haven't seen those. House finches will be replaced or will be confused with the purple finches. We should learn the difference between the common, abundant house finch and purple finches, which could be coming down. So learn the difference of those. Red poles, pine siskins, all be coming down because the white spruce, the tamaracks, the white birch, the black spruce, alders, a lot of the places didn't produce fruit this year, so the birds migrate south looking for food. And if you have a feeder, keep it with black sunflower seeds, because that's what these birds like. I know I complain about this all the time. Don't put out some crazy mixture. That's not going to help you. Put out some black sunflower seeds, or if you have a thistle or Niger seed feeder, put that out, because the siskins will go for that. And the last time they came down, so many siskins descended into the U.S., it actually created a shortage of seed, a shortage of thistle/Niger seed, which is one word for the same thing. But they'll be heading down, and I was in New Hampshire, and boy, so far, Tyler Hoar is right. I saw so many red-breasted nuthatches. They're pouring out of Canada. They've been coming down since the middle of August, all looking for different food sources. And every place I stop, I would see a chickadee or a couple of migrating warblers, a couple of finches, but it was just maybe 50 red-breasted nuthatches would be all through the trees. So this will be the year. This is an exciting time to pay attention to your feeders, just like, oh, there's the birds. Focusing on them, because some of these birds are tricky. You know, pine siskins don't stand out unless you're paying attention. So this only happens every few years, so get out there.
Get out there and see it. All right. Well, Mike, I'm glad we talked, because I think you've calmed down a little bit, so that's good. Relax just a little bit. And we'll talk to you next week.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, Mike O'Connor from the famous Birdwatchers General Store in the Finch forecast from Tyler Hoar. It is an exciting thing every year around this time. Back to the Mystery Bird Contest. We'll hear this bird just for a few seconds one more time, and then we'll kind of fade him out there. 781-837-4900 is the number. And we have Jim somewhere in Alabama. Good morning, Jim. Hello, Jim.
Good morning, Ray. Good morning from the loveliest village on the plain, Auburn, Alabama.
Auburn, Alabama. Wow. And we can call you Dr. Jim, am I right?
We can.
Jim is a veterinarian, retired veterinarian there in Alabama, and you are calling in on the Mystery Bird Contest here, Jim. And I don't know why, but I have a feeling you know what this bird is. Let's see. What is this bird?
American herring gull. I saw one at the Auburn Walmart this morning.
Oh, American herring gull. Guess what, Jim? According to our sources, that is not exactly correct.
Oh, well.
All right, yeah. You have the right attitude, Jim. Oh, well. But I'm sure you'll get the next one.
Okay, I'll be listening for the right answer.
All right. Thank you, Jim. With a top quality guess of an American herring gull. And let's see, we have Karen in Marblehead, Massachusetts. Hello, Karen.
Hello, Ray.
Hi. You just heard that guess. We called it a top quality guess, but not exactly the one we had in mind, if our facts are correct here. So what do you say?
That was my other guess, so I'm glad he weeded that out. I'm going to guess a ring-bill gull.
I knew you were going to say that. Absolutely right.
Thank you, Jim, for getting rid of the herring gull.
Yeah, a little sympathy for Jim. Karen, nicely done. And I want to see, we think we might have time for a bonus question. Are you up for it?
Okay, yeah.
All right, I don't have it sort of racked up here yet. Let me just quickly get to this and see if I have this bonus question ready. Hold on one second. I'm gonna see if I find this bonus question. Oh, my goodness. Last week we talked about New England Aquarium in our hometown of Boston, where they're doing special things for elderly penguins, giving them special areas and so forth, and treating them extra specially well. What are they also doing for these penguins? Is it A, giving them massages, B, giving them special trims of their feet and their nails, or C, acupuncture?
Oh, boy. I missed last week, so boy, I don't know. All of these sound like nice things to do.
They do.
I would say they massage them.
It's actually acupuncture.
Okay.
Acupuncture for
nice
penguins. Who knew? It is indeed. Anyway, Karen, congratulations on the Mystery Bird Contest, and stay on the line. We'll get your info.
Okay.
All right. We are out of time for our show this morning. Please join us next week when we'll be visiting the Talking Birds Science Corner. Thanks to our amazing Talking Birds team, Debbie Bleacher, Freya McGregor, and our producing engineer, Jesse Wilkins. I'm Ray Brown. See you next week.
I like that.
Ray Brown's Talking Birds.
Made possible by the generous support of the Birdwatchers General Store, Orleans, Cape Cod. Birdwatchersgeneralstore.com.
And by Vortex Optics with the VIP warranty. Their unlimited lifetime promise to keep you and your optic covered. Learn more at vortexoptics.com.